Life is tough, that's sad but true. If you're like many people, you spend so much time worrying about money, marriage, your health and the welfare of your loved ones that you forget about the real danger to your existence as a functioning human being in society. Glass doors. That's right, those clear glossy panes of death and destruction are out to get you. They threaten all that you hold dear. They are conniving monsters of disguise. Sometimes they lie still and other times they slide open and close. They come in all shapes and forms and it's totally throwing us off. You think we're paranoid? Well, here are plenty of examples of glass doors trying to end us all. Panes of glass? More like panes of glass. Remember, this is how the Terminator began. First time? The other instances of glass door accidents on this list are primarily by people who aren't paying close enough attention to their surroundings. In this case, however, this poor guy clearly sees the glass door and it's apparent he simply doesn't know what to do to get through them. Somebody help him! It's understandable that some parts of the world just don't have automatic doors, but even if you've never seen one before, why would you think the solution is to just plow through glass door head first? And if you don't know what glass is, wouldn't you at least walk up and touch to see how hard it is? And by walking up to it, he would have found that, voila, the doors open magically. In his defense though, you apparently have to get awfully close to these particular doors before they open, and he at least sticks around to face the music when other people arrive to see who the door murderer is. Out for the count. Here is the first of a recurring theme in this list: robbers running into glass doors during their attempts to escape. In these instances, it's at least explainable why they would be distracted enough not to notice the obstruction in their way. But still, if you plotted out a daring heist, you would think you would be more aware of your surroundings. This video comes from Australia, where a thief grabs a woman's purse from a store in the mall and tries to sprint outside to make his getaway. But he's soon introduced to an automatic door that hasn't opened yet. The impact knocks him out cold. Guess you could say he fought the door and the door won. Don't drink and door. It's safe to say if you can't even go shopping without getting drunk, you have an alcohol problem. This guy is already wobbly before he gets to the exit of his store, and he has to make his way through not one, but two sliding glass doors, so the odds of him making it out unscathed are slim. He actually manages to make it through the first set of doors, barely missing them as they open, but rather than going straight through the next set, he takes a sharp right. Before he has a chance to realize that he's about to walk into a pane of glass, the automatic door basically backhands him, sending him toppling to the floor like a tree falling by a lumberjack. Wrong side. This is a little similar to the last one, except that, judging from her ability to walk in a straight line, this lady doesn't have public intoxication as an excuse. For some reason, she thinks that the pane of glass next to the automatic door is the actual door, and when she approaches, she thinks that the door is closing when in fact it's opening. She gets a rude awakening when the door opens and she tries to walk through it, hitting a face full of glass in the process. Just look how she impatiently waits for it to open and hurriedly pushes it with her hand in an effort to get outside, no doubt muttering, "Hurry up, stupid door," in her mind, only to realize she was the stupid door all along. Not so clean getaway. This might be the dumbest robber of the bunch. It's one thing to not realize a sliding glass door is closed, but how do you not recognize that this is a revolving door? It never opens. You're never going to be able to run full speed through a revolving door. It's like the door equivalent of a yellow light or a yield sign. When you see one, you need to slow down. But not this thief. She just barrels through, leaving a bunch of cracks and probably an impression of her face in the glass. She clearly knows how a revolving door works, because when she gets to her feet, she starts to push it like a normal human being. Her male accomplice almost follows in her painful footsteps, but he veers towards the more standard door to the side, pausing presumably to tell her to hurry the heck up and not bothering to check to see if she has cranial damage. No streaks. When you talk about glass and streaking, usually it's in the context of something that can be cured with a few squirts of Windex, but in this instance, a guy is streaking naked through an apartment complex? A sports complex? Well, it's some place that has a tennis court. Anyway, he thinks he's going to cut through an ongoing tennis game, but he fails to notice that it's surrounded by glass walls and thus becomes a victim of instant karma, much to the delight of his friend behind the camera. The people on the court no doubt got an eyeful, but they're probably thankful that there was glass to keep this dude from getting any closer to them. Bus stop. Is this a door, or some sort of a modern work of art? Maybe a portal to another dimension, or just a trap to catch dummies who are always trying to get a shortcut through life? In this case, it appears to be the latter, because it sucks this guy in perfectly. He's intent upon catching that bus, and darn it, he's going to make the most direct route possible. Whatever this random structure is, it's not gonna stand in his way. Well, technically it's standing in his way, but he's certain he can just leap through it like it's just some bench with really tall sides. Unfortunately for him, it's a large pane of glass, and now he looks like a glass house. The funniest part might be that at the end, it appears he's too embarrassed to actually get on the bus, and he just hightails it out of there. Short memory. Here is a robber with low standards and even lower IQ. The target of this mastermind's heist is a tip jar from what looks like a fast food restaurant. He or she must have been dreaming about rolling around on his bed in piles of nickels and dimes and dare to dream quarters. The brilliant plan involves tossing a center block through a glass door to gain access to the loot. The crew grabs the stash and heads back to the broken door, except he forgets which door is broken and attempts to go through the non-broken door. He ends up ramming it with a crowd of his head like a mountain goat defending its territory. Maybe and hopefully his concussion symptoms will cause him to forget his embarrassment. That's using your head. This man walks so casually and confidently through the first set of doors in this building that we get the sense he's been there a million times. So it's safe to assume that he should know what he's doing. He is so confident in fact that he has his head down, not even looking in front of him as he moves towards the second set of doors. It's too bad the second set of doors is next to the glass wall he ends up walking through, sending an impressive rain of broken glass falling down all around him. And ironically, the actual door remains wide open the whole time. Whoever put out that caution wet floor sign isn't going to be pleased with having to put another sign saying, "Caution, sharp shards of glass on floor. Please wear shoes, this is not Die Hard." Man's best friend. Humans take solace in the fact that glass doors don't just have it out for you. They've also set their sights on the animal world, and it appears that dogs are a natural target due to their proximity to humans. In this video from China, we see a dog chasing a cat along the sidewalk in front of a store. The cat, having cat-like reflexes, darts around the open glass door, while the dog, having dog-like reflexes, runs head-on into it, knocking the door to the ground? Really? How precariously was this door installed? Was it even attached to hinges, or was it just leaning against the doorway? Or maybe this is just the irrefutable evidence we need to prove that glass doors are evil and dog-flattening menaces with an intent on ruling the world. You be the judge. Unfortunately, that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.